Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Mona Scott Young about Everybody Loves Natti, which is going to be available on Prime Video November 19th. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I just want to say you have an amazing body of work. Like you've done so many amazing things. So I'm just curious, what was this project like mindset-wise compared to other projects you've worked on in the past, Mona?
Very, very different. I mean, listen, it was about telling a story and about somebody's life and giving them an opportunity to share it with the world. So that's something I was familiar with, but it was in a completely different language because the show's in Spanglish, and it really challenged me to practice my Spanish and perfect it during the course of production. And it was exciting because I knew that we were going to be tapping a completely different demographic and audience, but on a global scale. So for all of those reasons, I'm really excited about this and excited to hear how people react, to see if they all really fall in love with Natti.
Oh, absolutely. And people saw, the trailer and they're going to expect a lot. You're getting a glimpse into Natti Natasha's life and there's so much going on. I'm just curious in terms of goals and what to put in when you were speaking to Natti, like what was that kind of like a little bit with like selecting like what you're going to focus on? Because there's going to be a lot, right?
Well, I didn't know that going into it. What I knew was this global superstar. She's going to have shows and concerts and, awards and stuff. Had no idea that she and Rafi were in a relationship. So that was something that personally I learned about after the fact. I mean, I'd heard the little rumors with the fans, but you never know what's real and what's just gossip. But getting that piece of information was like, oh, okay, well, that's something we can talk about during the show, the course of the season. And then it was like, oh, and I'm having a baby. Oh, okay, well, that's something else we can talk about during the course of the season. And then Rafi's like, one day he just sent me a text and I opened it up and it was like this sparkling, beautiful ring. And I was like, oh my God, something else. But, the funny part is there was so much secrecy around a lot of it because, they actually talked about their relationship before the show even ended, shooting. And so first it was about keeping that a secret. And then it was about, of course, the pregnancy, because that was for a very long time kept under wraps. And then him wanting to propose to her, I couldn't even tell her. So even as we were shooting that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to need you to go out on a shopping day and you and Adi can go, keeping all of these secrets straight was like mind-boggling, but it was a lot of fun. And I was so happy to be a part of like these big moments in their lives.
100%. People are going to be able to see it pretty soon on Prime Video. And very quickly before we wrap up, just a general question. I mean, Mona Scott Young is a storyteller. That's what you do. You bring these stories to life. What excites you about storytelling these days?
Oh gosh, being able to share something with the fans and with the audience that they don't already know, one, but things that they probably know but have never really come face to face with, right? Seeing something that they might have speculated about, but it's like, oh wow, here it is. And it's really what I thought it was. Or I didn't think that anybody else felt this way or went through this and experienced this. So finding that point of relatability. I always say the best television is at that intersection of aspirational meets relatable, right? Showing people reflections of themselves, but also the possibilities of who they can be.
Absolutely. Well, Mona, thank you so much for your time. Everyone's going to be able to see it. Everybody Loves Natti, November 19th on Prime Video. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.